want to focus on where are our hands in each of the movements. You know, obviously, there are so much more important principles like substantial and insubstantial and rotation, but understanding where your hands are is going to help you improve each of the movements. It's going to help you understand what your hands have to do with all of this. So I had asked you to be ready by having some kind of bar, broom handle, whatever. So grab your stick, if you will, and I will grab mine. Mine is about a 4-pound bar, so it's a fairly substantial bar. It's a lot more than just a broom handle. If you have something weighted like this is kind of fun because it does help accentuate some of the principles, if you will, as we do them. So the first movement that I want you to do, where you're going to feel this, is pushing chi. So with the bar, just do your pushing chi like you normally would. And even if your bar is light, you're going to start to feel why you want to stay within your columns, why you don't want to break your columns, why you want to move from the dantian. Because what happens if you start to overreach with this bar, it's going to take you all the way forward. You want to move from the dantian, keep your shoulders above your hips, and now all of a sudden you understand that range for pushing chi. So bring the other foot forward now and pushing chi. One more. So now I want you to try preparation with your bar. As we lift only to about shoulder height, which is good. We don't want to go any higher. This, having the bar in our hands, really accentuates why we need to sink our elbows. This truly is the motion of preparation where you want to lift gently, sink those elbows, and let the hands fall. We don't want to have a stiff arm like this, but you do need to really focus on sinking the elbows. So now, if you were to hold the ball to the right, if your weight's on the right, and that simple transitional movement that we worked on, hold the ball, which hand would be high? Now all of a sudden you have to think about, even though you have this stick in your hand, your right hand is high. If you were to switch left, the left hand is high. Now notice that my hands are not exactly correct. That's okay. Remember, this is just an exercise to help you improve your movements, to help you focus on where are my hands as I'm moving. If I'm doing that hold the ball, right, side to side, I have my hands facing each other. With this bar, I can't do that, but it does make me focus on which hand should be high and switching. It also helps you realize, because it's really tempting to put that elbow up like this, but keep that elbow down. Focus on the relaxation. Don't let that tension creep up into your shoulders. So now let's do brush knee, but we're going to do it without the bar first. So as you're holding the ball to the right, you step out, you brush your left hand across, and your right hand comes out. You know how to do brush knee. You've done this a few times. Do it on the other side. And you don't really need to focus on your hands if you've done it a few times, right? Now let's do it with the bar. Remember I talked about holding the bar, holding the ball, holding the bar and the ball on the right side. Your right hand is high. Now if you step out with your brush knee, this left hand brushes across and the right hand comes out. Now obviously I can't see you, but I bet there are a few of you out there with this that your brain is going haywire. Where do my hands go? What am I supposed to do? The bar might have ended up here. It might have ended up here. That's the fun part of this exercise, is you really do have to think. Brush that left hand across and the right hand comes out. Then, if you were to do the other side, look how you have to switch your hands. Let this hand come across and the top hand comes out. So if you go side to side, it becomes very obvious when you hold the ball in a continuous motion with brush knee, you have to switch the position of the hands in order to get this correct. So now let's do that with part the wild horse's mane. So if you're holding the ball to the right, if you step out left, which hand gets high? Right? It's the left hand. Now clearly, I'm not able to separate my hands because they're locked onto the bar, right? If we were to do our part the wild horse's mane, our hands open up, right? With the bar, that doesn't happen, but that's okay. Remember, this isn't a perfect representation of the movement. It's just which hand is high and which hand is low, right? If I do my part the wild horse's mane here, and then I want to do part the wild horse's mane on the other side, look how my hands stay the same in that transitional movement, right? As I come back, I'm not switching the bar. My hands, this left hand is high, it stays high for the next hold the ball. Then I do my part the wild horse's mane on the right. Now my right hand stays high for that hold the ball position. So this is actually a really good exercise for beginners so that they're figuring out how that transitional movement, that hold the ball, actually helps them go into their part the wild horse's mane or brush knee. With Fair Lady Works the Shuttle, it's the same kind of thing, right? We're holding the ball to the right, we step out, and we bring the hands up. Again, this helps keep us within our columns, right? Because we don't want to overreach. That gets very uncomfortable. If you're holding the ball to the right, step out, Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. Now again, holding that ball, that left hand stays high, Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. When we do the form with the bar, and we're going to do the whole form, you'll see some of the movements translate well, some not so well, but that's okay. If your brain is on fire right now because it's trying to figure out where your hands are supposed to go, that's exactly what's supposed to happen.